Good evening, it's Friday. It's that time of the week again. The best show on YouTube, of course, the Arsenal Women's Show. Looking forward to this tonight. It's going to be a good one. It's been a good week for the Arsenal women. Again, another good week, actually. It's getting a regular theme at the moment, which is nice. A couple of big wins to look back on as well. A couple of big games to look forward to as well, including a slightly small matter of a North London derby, of course, tomorrow afternoon. That's going to be great stuff. So we've got a lot to cover on the show. The other side of this new intro, actually, I've done for this show. I hope you enjoy it. Just a slight difficulty to bring the panel. We haven't got them all available tonight, unfortunately. Harry and Matt aren't with us. We're hoping maybe Samantha can pop on as well. She seems to have trouble accessing the link, but hopefully she can get on as well. But I'm delighted, of course, as always, to introduce Andreas again. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. Thank you. Looking forward to the show. Hope you're okay too.
Yeah, not bad at all. So it's been a good week for the Arsenal women again. And, of course, Amar as well is back in the house again. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, not bad. Yourself, mate?
Yeah, very well, very well. Looking forward to this. Obviously, looking back on a good week and looking ahead to another big week. Actually, another really big week. Actually, of football for the Arsenal women. So it's international break, of course, for the men. So everybody can focus on the women this week, which is nice. It makes a nice change. Matt's in the chat, so he can't be on the show tonight. But he says, "Keep up the good work, everyone." Particularly for tomorrow's game to 1-1 draw. But we all know that I'm wrong anyway. We wouldn't have wanted anything less from you, Matt, other than a result like that. So we hope you are. You have been every single week so far, which is great. Nigel as well is in the chat. It says, "Evening, Jets." Evening, Nigel. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in again. Well, I suppose only one place we can really start. It seems like a long time ago, actually. The game last Sunday against West Ham, turned out to be a really, really good result and good performance in the end. I think the game overall probably went quite similar to how we predicted it to be. West Ham defended deep. We took a little bit of time, didn't we, to be able to break them down and get the goal. And then, of course, the 2 goals either side of half-time settled us down. And it was pretty comfortable in the end, wasn't it? I mean, Andreas, Captain Kim Little again popping up with the important goals, isn't she? She keeps doing it. It's amazing, isn't it, what she's doing for Arsenal?
Yeah, really amazing. I think it's the best Kim Little we ever saw. Of course, he's outstanding for so many years now. But this season, I never saw her play better. And once again, it was Kim to break the chain and to bring it all on a good way. What would we do without her? She's the captain. She's the leader of the team, and now she's the top goal scorer in the WSL. Unbelievable.
No, it is. Who would have thought that, a midfield player as well will be top scorer? But she's been, I agree with you. I think this is the best she's ever played. And maybe retirement from international football has given her a new lease of life at club football as well, perhaps, a little bit more. No, she's been amazing. And she popped up with those 2 really important goals in this game because I never really felt that we wouldn't get the goals eventually. But the longer the game goes on, you do panic a little bit and you think, are we ever going to score? And West Ham held on for so long. A little bit fortunately at times, but they defended pretty well. But in the end, we did get the goals. Amar, you must have been delighted with the performance overall because it was a good 90-minute performance, wasn't it, from Arsenal, really?
Yeah, as they've had to for most of the season. They've just had to be patient. And, it was a bit of a nervy start. West Ham did create 1 or 2 chances early on, but once Arsenal got into a stride, there's just no stopping them. They hit a post a couple of times, and you just knew that when the first goal was scored, when they got the first goal, that there was only ever going to really be one outcome. And from then on, it was just a case of how many they would score and whether, it's just a case of how many they would score in all honesty.
Yeah, and that's saying that tends to have been a theme for much of the season, doesn't it? I think that the patience that we've shown in a lot of these difficult games when teams come to defend has been so important, isn't it? Because it's easy to, you've seen other teams do it. Maybe you have a lot of pressure, you don't get a goal, and then you maybe lose a little bit of confidence, or you drop off a little bit, and it's more of a struggle. But this team, they're non-stop, aren't they? They'll just bash away at the goal until finally we get one, and then, as you said there, once we get one, it's often a matter of how many more we will score. And I think getting a second goal so soon in the second half helped as well, because then West Ham had to change their kind of idea a little bit, and it did leave a lot more space. And of course, Andreas, Beth Mead again with the bit of quality that she's shown so often this season. I mean, you said Kim, it's the best Kim Little. It's probably the best Beth Mead we've seen as well, isn't it?
Yes, I totally agree. Yeah, the whole performance of the team was really good. Also in the first half, we had a lot of chances. We hit the post in the whole match 3 times. So it was no doubt that Arsenal was the better team. But the problem, as longer as it is 0-0, is there's one free kick or one corner is enough. For the opponent to score, and then when it's late in the second half and they score, then you have a problem. So it's really good and impressive how the team is playing, how patient they are playing. And then I just mentioned the 2 goals from Kim, but yes, you're right. Beth is also week in, week out. It's unbelievable how good she is in this season. It's as if someone hit a button and she exploded this season. I don't know. Is it the reason that she was left out for the Olympics? Motivate her. It's fantastic how she's playing.
No, it is. I mean, she's been incredible every single match this season, and I mean, what a fantastic performance it was from her again on Sunday against West Ham. And it's like, I don't know whether the new coach, maybe with a few different ideas, maybe has helped her as well. I'm not sure, but yeah, she does look like she's got a new lease. Like, to be honest with you, we mentioned Kim Little as well, and there seem to be a few players. Leah Williamson's another one who's really stepped forward this season as well. There seems to be so many, don't there, in the squad. I mean, talking to Leah Williamson, I mean, another clean sheet in the WSL, and that's 5 in a row since the first game of the season. I mean, that's been another impressive aspect of the game, hasn't it? How much more solid we are defensively.
I think that just goes down to the fact that the manager's methods are clearly striking a chord with the team. And also, whoever she plays, whether it be Jen or whether it be Lotta, they're just comfortable playing, doing their jobs week in, week out. They know their roles each time they step onto the pitch. And I mean, it's great to see. I think that we've only conceded something like 9 goals in the 15 games that we played this season. So it really goes to show that was one aspect in the previous regime where even though Joe got us playing really well, we were still a bit leaky at the back, and that's completely changed now under Jonas.
It has, and I mean, it couldn't have come at a better time. As Nigel points out there, he says, I think we can match most teams in Europe player for player. Yeah, I think we definitely can. He said we'll learn more about Jonas during that Chelsea-Barcelona doubleheader, obviously at the beginning of December. 2 really big games there. And if we come out of those 2 with positive results, then who knows where the season could go. I mean, it's going to be a big week for the club and for the team. And we will maybe learn a little bit more about everybody, I think, over that period, perhaps. But I mean, it's exciting stuff, isn't it? We wanted games like this season. We wanted lots of them, and it seems like that's the way things are panning out. And it's good that so many of our players are in such great form all at the same time, and that doesn't happen very often, does it? You usually get maybe 1 or 2 players that are on form, and maybe 1 or 2 others that have a dip. But it seems as though everybody so far this season, in every game, really. I know Barcelona was a difficult game, but everybody stepped up, haven't they, Andreas? And it's good to see that the whole team are contributing. And the goals as well are being spread around the team quite well, aren't they? It's not like we're relying on one player to score goals. Yes, Kim Little scored a lot, as we've said. Obviously, Viv scored a lot, but everybody's chipping in, even the defenders, aren't they?
Yeah, the whole team is a threat for the opponents. And it's wonderful to see that every player can score. And one player I would like to mention who improved a lot this season is Manu Zinsberger. I was not convinced from her in the last 2 seasons, but this season she really made a big step forward. She seems more concentrated, and So these sloppy mistakes she made last season, I haven't seen this from her this season. So there are so many players who stepped forward and who improved. So, and the whole team is able to score. We saw this in Denmark on Wednesday. And this is good for Viv too. It's not everything concentrated on her. So I think it's good for her, and she will pay back in this season for us, I'm sure. Not with goals, with contributions, with assists. Yeah.
No, exactly. Yeah, she's playing maybe a slightly different type of role, maybe in some games I've felt this season so far. But she's still obviously scored a lot of goals already, and I'm sure she will score a lot more as the season goes on. She hasn't scored as many recently for one reason or another, which we'll maybe come on to a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's good that we have got goals from everywhere in the team. You know, even Leah Williamson's popping up with goals right left and centre in a minute, which is good to see. I mean, the one player who may be struggling a little bit for goals, I know she got one in the week, which we'll talk about, Nikita Paris again. I know we mentioned her every week on the show, and she had a big opportunity against West Ham, started the game, and she missed one or two big chances in that game, didn't she, Emma? I mean, I know she's working hard and she's not playing badly, but for some reason, we saw that on Wednesday as well, it's not quite happening for, is it, so far for Arsenal? I don't think.
Yeah, as I said, being a first season, coming from a club at Lyon where the expectations are like week in, week out, that they have to, well, I don't know if there's much scrutiny at Lyon or what the scrutiny is like at Lyon, where she was playing before, but she is at least she did kind of make up. I think there was a good piece of defending which prevented her from putting one of those chances in. But other than that, it's difficult. It was been a bit tricky for her, but she more than made up for that really superb long busting run to set up Beth for the thirds and that neat finish on against Koge on Wednesday. So I mean, it just goes to show that the strength and depth of this squad is just something else, really. I mean, her time will come, but I mean, she's just got to remain patient, and the opportunities will come, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, she's played a little bit more in recent games due to one or two other players being rested and injury to Tobin Heath and stuff like that. So she's played a lot more minutes in the last few games, which is going to do her good overall, I'm sure. But I just feel there's still something missing a little bit from her. I'm sure we've got a lot more to come. Nigel there in the chat says that Nikita Paris passes the eye test, although she needs to be putting up better numbers. She does need putting up better numbers. Yeah, her goal and assist ratio does need to increase. And she's getting there. She had an assist, as we said, on Sunday and a goal on Wednesday. So that's good numbers that she's putting in now. And I'm sure if she plays more regularly, she will produce a lot better end product than maybe she has done so far. But do you think, Andreas, that she's maybe lacking a little bit of confidence in front of goal in particular? She's snatching at chances a little bit, isn't she? She's not, I don't know, she seems like she's a little bit nervous sometimes when the ball falls her in the box.
And she's trying, but the pressure in her mind rises from match to match. It's normal for a striker, you want to score goals. And I think she had the expectation on herself that she wants to score more. But I think as long as she's working really hard for the team, and she's not giving up. She's running for every ball. She's trying everything. Sometimes it's a bit tragic. On Wednesday, she had the chance with the penalty. Even she missed the penalty. Fortunately, she scored one goal. It's a sort of self pressure, I think, for her, and she needs 1-2 goals, and then everything will come by itself. Yeah, so it's just different to Beth this season. Beth scored in the first match, and her self confidence exploded, and for Keats, it's just the opposite.
It seems to be. I mean, what I liked about the game, I know we'll come on to the game on Wednesday in a minute, but when she did score, the reaction of her teammates as well, everybody was pleased for her, because she's obviously had a difficult time in front of goal. She hasn't yet scored in the WSL, and she's been struggling recently for goals. So I think everybody was pleased. I know she got taken off straight afterwards, but all her teammates seemed pleased, and it was a good. I thought it showed a good spirit, didn't it, Amar, in the team? It shows everybody's in it together, and everybody wants to support their teammates, and I think that's great to see, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all there for each other. You can see that, as I said, they all know their roles as the manager wants them how to play, and it's just great camaraderie between the squad, and And yeah, as you said, it's showing week in, week out with the performances and results, and yeah, long may it continue, hopefully.
Exactly. I mean, that's what we all want, don't we? We want to see the team continue to win every game as we have been doing. It's probably not realistic to expect that to happen every single week. They're bound to have a blip at some stage, I'm sure. But let's hope it's a long way off yet. And by the time we have a blip, we'll be so far clear at the top of the table and stuff. And we've won a few trophies, it won't matter too much. But anyway, as Nigel said in the chat there, we'll know exactly a lot more about this team, won't we? Beginning of December, those two really big games back to back against Chelsea in the cup final in Barcelona straight after in the Champions League. So that's going to be a big week, that is. We're looking forward to that. But there's a lot of games to play before that as well, and we need to win most of them, well, all of them if we can as well. I mean, obviously, it was Champions League week again. It's had a bit of a break for a few weeks, and we were back in Champions League action in what we all spoke about last week, said it potentially could have been a tricky game. But, I mean, we did handle it, pretty well overall, didn't we? I mean, there was a few good things that stuck out for me in this game, actually. First of all, the fact that we had 5 different goal scorers, which was nice. A few players that don't get many goals. Obviously, Steph getting the first goal and Anna Patton coming on and getting one at the end. The quality of the goals as well. They were all fantastically worked goals, wasn't they? They were brilliant finishes, brilliant goals. And also as well, the fact that we had a big, massive Arsenal following there, didn't we, behind the goal?
Yeah, I know that was amazing.
A lot of Danish and Scandinavian Arsenal fans out there, which is great. But it was good to see. It was almost like a home game, wasn't it? I mean, Andreas, you must have enjoyed that performance and the fact there were so many Arsenal fans there as well in the stadium.
Yeah, I read it were about 500 Arsenal fans there. Fantastic. In Denmark on a Wednesday evening, fantastic.
Winter.
How big this name Arsenal still is in Europe. So, great. And it was a tricky first half because once again the opponents defended well, and the goalkeeper she doesn't look as a fantastic goalkeeper, but she was outstanding in the first half. And then the missed penalty, and so I thought, oh no. Another difficult first half, but then I'm so happy for Steph. She had a very difficult last season, and this fantastic free kick. Wow,
super.
It's
brilliant goal.
And the goal of the month, November.
Exactly.
Really good for Steph and for her self-confidence, because we all know what a great player she is. She's one of the best position in the world, and she show it. And I know that she was burning for this, and maybe this will help her. She had this mistake in second half, but well, good to see that she scored. And also Caitlin had a great match. She's in a similar situation as Nikita, but Caitlin is a small step further. She made a great match, great assists and scored. So Caitlin is back. She had a great season last season. I think she made 10 goals, and now it's important that she's back again.
Yeah, no, she did have a really good game. I thought she was brilliant actually. And I suppose it was strange that we scored 5 goals in a game and Viv didn't score any of them. It was almost like we expected her to get one at the end, didn't we? Really, because everyone else had scored, and it's unusual for her not to score. And she didn't maybe have her best game. I know she's been rested, and maybe she didn't look at her sharpest, did she? If we're honest, I suppose. And I don't think the pitch, the artificial pitch, really helped her either, and didn't help a lot of our players actually. Some of our passing wasn't quite as accurate as we've been used to, and I think the pitch was maybe a factor in that actually. But the fact that Barcelona struggled over there for so long, they found it difficult to score goals, and they rested a few players, but they still had a very good team, and they only scored 2, and one of them was right at the end. So the fact that we went there and scored 5 in the manner that we did, I mean, Amar, you must have been impressed with the way we went about that from start to finish. Really, there's a little sloppy bit in the middle, as we will come on to, but overall it was impressive, wasn't it, the way we played?
Yeah, they took command of the situation. And as I said, after scoring the first goal, I actually said, someone was saying to me, I was thinking to myself before the game, Steph will get a free kick on the left-hand side and ping it in the top corner. So actually made me really satisfied to see that, because after what she's been through with the injuries, it's great to see her back what she's doing best. And having seen her in the Olympics, it was great to see. But overall, as you say, with regards to the rest of the game, quality of all the goals is impressive. And even though Viv didn't score, she was always thereabouts, linking up the play well, and her teammates were on the same were following were that her teammates were. Sorry, I just lost for words a little bit. The teammates were on that teammate. Her teammates were all on the same track pretty much, and then it showed with the quality. And even though they conceded that rather sloppy goal, which only slight down point of the game, they just never stopped running after that. And in the end, 5-1 didn't flatter them really.
Oh no, certainly didn't. I mean, as Andreas rightly pointed out, their goalkeeper. I mean, well, she must have made 7-8 saves, mustn't she, in that game? We could have scored 10, 11, 12 goals with the chances that we had. And, there were good chances as well. And the goalkeeper made some great saves. Obviously, the penalty save stood out. I mean, Andreas, what did you make of the penalty? I didn't think it was a great penalty. It was a good save, but it was a good height. And again, maybe Nikita's lack of confidence maybe came through. Was you surprised that she took it? I know obviously Kim wasn't on the pitch at the time. Was you surprised it was her?
Kim was not on the pitch. Yeah, I think it's another sign that Keats wants a goal. This was a big chance. A penalty is the biggest chance you have as a striker, and she needs goals. So I think everybody in the team said, okay, let her do it, let her score. But it wasn't the best penalty, and of course the goalkeeper saved it good. But if Kim was on the pitch, we would have the 1-0 at this moment. She never misses a penalty.
No, she very rarely does. So, yeah, you'd have expected her to have scored. And maybe that's the problem, because we know Kim's going to score the penalties. Maybe we haven't got anybody else ready to take one and step in when they need to, or maybe they don't practice enough. I'm not sure how many penalties Keats had been practicing, but she didn't look confident stepping up to it. And I wasn't confident she was going to score, actually, if I'm honest, just because of the way she kind of approached it, really. I felt as though she didn't believe herself that she was going to score. But anyway, of course, she did get that great goal, didn't she? Later on, really took that well, actually, didn't she? When she controlled it, spun and shot into the corner. And as we mentioned before, maybe she needed that, didn't she, Amar? I think she needed that goal. And I know she went straight off, but maybe that's going to give her confidence now going into the next few games, isn't it? Hopefully.
Yeah, it should do. Hopefully, we'll see her not only assisting, as we saw the superb run and assist for Beth against West Ham. I actually didn't see the penalty. Strangely enough, I started watching the game a little bit later, but I was pleased for her that she was able to get the goal, good finish, and yeah, she never stopped running after that. And let's see, it'll be interesting to see whether she starts tomorrow. I mean, that front three, as we talked about on the show in the past, it's who would you play week in, week out, and maybe she deserves a bit more time with alongside the likes of Viv and Beth. But again, it just goes to show how many options we have in that department, and should Keats be given the opportunity on a regular basis, yeah, I think she'll be ready there to take it in her stride, really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she's been playing badly necessarily.
No,
I just think in front of goal, she seems to be lacking a spark or a bit of confidence, and
probably.
And maybe that goal on Wednesday may help her to settle in. And let's say if she does play a part tomorrow, I'm sure she'll play a part at some stage, whether it's from the start or from the bench. I'm sure that she'll be a bit more confident maybe going into that game, which will be good. I did want to talk about. I felt, we went 3-0 up and we were in total control, and we seemed to switch off, didn't we, for about 10, 15 minutes. And we made a few mistakes at the back, and we gifted them a soft goal, and they had one or two other little opportunities, didn't they?
They did, yes.
Yeah, and I felt that was more down to the fact that we switched off a little bit rather than them particularly stepping up their game necessarily. Maybe a little bit of both. I did want to mention, actually, and talk about Simone Boy, who played in defence for the first time. I mean, Andreas, I know you've kind of spoke highly of her previously. I know she's not played much. She's just been injured. She looks a little bit rusty, didn't she? Did you not think?
Yeah, she needs game time, and she needs to settle with the team. It was obvious that she has her problems, but she absolutely has no rhythm, and this is totally normal. She made the Champions League qualifiers, and then she played against Chelsea, and then she was out with injury. Now she had a few minutes, and now this Champions League match, it takes time. But
yes,
give her time. She's really solid defender, and she was not weak, but she needs more to settle more with the other girls, and she needs her rhythm. So I think she will perform better in the next matches. And the goal for the Danish team, It was a mistake from Steph, but also from Leah. Yeah. No, nobody is free of mistakes or faults. This happens.
Yeah, everybody makes mistakes, to be fair.
Yeah, of course they do. And at the end of the day, you can take a mistake when you concede a goal when you win 5-1. It's not so important, is it? As if you concede a goal in a game that's 0-0 and it costs you the opportunity to win. So we can forgive them all for that. I mean, I know the pitch didn't help. I did feel a little bit. Simone looked a little bit, I don't know, uncomfortable with the ball at her feet at times, I felt. And whether that was the pitch a little bit as well, because it wasn't an easy surface. It didn't look an easy surface to play on. And I don't know whether that maybe was unsettling her a little bit as well. And I agree. I think she needs time and she needs games because she's hardly played. And you can't expect someone to come straight into a team that's not played and play at their best straight away. It doesn't really work like that, does it? I think she does need time. She's new to the club as well. I mean, what did you make of her performance in MR overall? I mean, it wasn't her greatest game. I'm sure she'll admit that herself. But I do think there's the circumstances as to why.
This Simone Boy, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. As I said, again, it just shows. I don't want to keep it sound like I'm rabbiting on about it, but it just goes to show that when with the options that Jonas has at his disposal, it's good to see everyone get game time, and with time she'll definitely develop into the player that we wanted her to be. I mean, as coming from a club like Bayern, where again it's maybe she's used to like defending solidly week in week out. I don't know. I don't really follow the German women's league that much, but she'll for what Jonas saw in her, she'll take time to develop, and hopefully she'll turn into the player that he wants her to be. And as the club has such high standards, that is what then we'll come to expect that of her week in week out, hopefully.
Yeah, and I think that obviously being new into the team as well hasn't helped. The fact that she's not had any rhythm in the team so far. I mean, Andreas, obviously you'd know her a lot from her Bayern days as well. Did you see her play quite a lot before she joined Arsenal?
She had her injury problems at Bayern Munich, and that was the reason why she had not enough game time in Munich, and that was also the reason why she wanted to change. But also she often was injured, had not much minutes on the pitch. She always was in the Danish national team, and she performed well there. So, and she's a signing from Jonas. He wouldn't sign a 27 or 28-year-old defender if he would not be convinced about her strengths. So once again, I say, give her time. She's a solid defender. She's not outstanding. She's not a threat for goals, for scoring or giving assists. No, she's a solid defender, and you tell her what her task is in a match, and normally she fulfills this task. I remember one match when Bayern Munich had a lot of injuries, and she came in the second half, and the manager told her, "You must go in forward and try to score. We don't have any attackers I can bring. You must try to score." And in 85th or 90th minute, she scored a goal because it was her task in this match. She always puts her task. She's not an outstanding player that she's the best. She's the player of the no. She's not player of the match, but normally she's a very solid defender, and I would like to give her time.
Yeah, no, I think she needs time. Obviously, you could tell how rusty she looked the other night, and I say there were one or two circumstances. I say the pitch as well probably didn't make it any easier for her, if we're totally honest. But and the fact that you said, I mean, the goal that we conceded, it was mistake from Steph and from Leah didn't cover themselves in glory either, did they, for that particular moment? So it wasn't just her mistake that was crucial, because her mistake didn't lead to a goal in the end, did it? Because Mary saved it. Nigel says that Steph Catley free kick was unreal. It certainly was. Hopefully she has discovered her speciality. Yeah, it'd be nice to see her score a few more free kicks, wouldn't it? She doesn't get many goals, does she? So it'd be maybe a new kind of a new thing to look out for as the season progresses. Maybe taking a few free kicks now in those sort of areas. We do win a lot of free kicks because we've got a lot of good attacking players who want to run with the ball and dribble past defenders, and we do tend to get a lot of free kicks. So if she can stick a few in, that would be great, wouldn't it? Add a few more goals to the team as well. So I think we all enjoyed that free kick. It was fantastic. As Andreas rightly said, probably one of the contenders for goal in a month again. So we could win it for the fourth month in a row, whatever it is. So yeah, I mean, great stuff that was, and I say I thought a difficult game or potentially difficult game, and we did the job very professionally for the most part on a difficult surface, and to win there 5-1, I think even Barcelona may well have looked up at that and thought, you know what, that's a good result for Arsenal, because they struggled, didn't they, to get goals there. So I think it shows what an impressive performance that was. And of course, we do play them again this week, which we will come on to. But before we play Koge again, there's a tiny little game that we've got to fit in at the weekend. So the North London derby, I mean, it's always a big occasion, whether it's the men or the women. And we've got a decent record against Tottenham in both the men and the women recently, haven't we? So it's good to see. And, we obviously beat them 5-1 not that long ago in the FA Cup. A good performance that was at Boreham Wood. This is the first time that we would have played at the Hive, which is, where the Tottenham women properly play. Obviously, we played them away at the men's stadium the last 2 seasons. So the first time we've played there, which is a little bit different. A similar sort of looking ground to Boreham Wood, a lot more modern and, a new ground. But it looks like it's going to be a slightly different experience. And also as well, we have to bear in mind, Tottenham have started this season pretty well. They've got good results. They're third in the league. They've only lost 1 game. So I don't think it's going to be quite as straightforward as maybe some of the previous North London derbies have been in the WSL in recent years, where we've had the upper hand quite comfortably. I think this could be a little bit more tricky. What are you thinking, Andreas, ahead of this game? Obviously, we're going to start favourites, as we start favourites pretty much every game. But I think this could be a potentially difficult match against a much better Tottenham team now.
It's a top match. It's the third versus the first in the table. So I saw the second half of their match versus Man United last Saturday. German TV decided that this was the match of the week. So
it clearly wasn't. Our game was the match of the week, but anyway.
So looking at the table, someone in German TV said, "Oh, we must show this live." And so I could see the second half. There was no sign that Spurs could draw. Man United was 1-0 ahead and controlled the match. They had several chances. Tottenham has this goalkeeper from Finland, Tini Kopela.
Kopela, yes.
She was in Munich some years ago, and she's a really good goalkeeper. So there were a few chances and good saves from her. So everything looked as Man United would win 1-0, maybe 2-0. And then in stoppage time there was a free kick, and this went in. So Spurs kept point, and nobody knew why. But this was my impression from the second half. I saw that this is the danger for the North London derby too. If we are long 0-0 or only one goal ahead, so one mistake is enough, and the Tottenham team is not as weak as they were in the last years. We must take them serious. And
absolutely,
no, 100% agree.
We have this long trip to Denmark during the week. So it's difficult. So Jonas will rotate again and rest some players, and it's important that he chooses the right players and that they are all focused. Because as I said before, we can lay in enormous pressure on Chelsea, because we are playing on Saturday and they are playing on Sunday away at Man City. So if we have 6 points ahead, and Chelsea must win at Man City. It will be a lot of pressure on this chance to take this chance, really.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, obviously Chelsea did win at Man City in the FA Cup a week or so ago as well, didn't they? So they've got a bit of confidence from that. But yeah, it's going to put a lot of pressure on them if we do win this game. But on paper, you could say our game's more difficult, because Man City are down in 8th place in the league and Tottenham are 3rd, and we're away as well. So you could say potentially we've got a more difficult game, even though we've got a very good record against Tottenham, and it is Tottenham, and we always beat them, and they're not very good. But it is. I think it's going to be a difficult game. This actually, I'm confident that we can get a result, because I mean, Matt's already said it's going to be 1-1, so that gives me confidence to win, because that tends to be what's happened. But I mean, it isn't going to be as easy. I mean, I know we beat him easily in the FA Cup in the end, but I mean, Ahmad, it's not going to be as easy, is it, as some of the recent games I think we played against Tottenham? I think this could be a very difficult game for us.
Oh no, actually not. And well, as you said, the way they started the season has been impressive. The only defeat came against Brighton. Even that they were a bit unlucky because I think they had a player sent off and one or two decisions went against them. But yeah, but no, Rhian Skinner, the way she's certainly gone in there and improved them, especially made them more difficult to beat. And yeah, the fact that it's going to be at the Hive with that crowd, yeah, they'll have the good support behind them, and it goes to show. But one thing I'll say is that with Manchester United, where they scored the first goal, they won. They just don't have, I don't know. They don't seem to have that ruthless edge about them. When with Mark Skinner as their manager, maybe that's one thing they need to work on. You could see what happened with them against City as well. Whereas with Arsenal, I think they score first, they'll go on and score plenty more and just be ruthless every time they get an opportunity. So whilst there will be a difficult game, should we start well in it? I don't see why we don't go on and get another 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'd all kind of expect that, but it's a slight concern maybe that we have been starting games a little bit slowly. You know, we've taken our time to get the first goal, and obviously when you're away from home, especially in a derby like this, yes. I think that, you know, getting an early goal could be really important. And if we haven't scored in the first 35, 40 minutes, as has been the case recently, it's going to make it even more difficult. But defensively, I want to see us look a little bit more solid and see what the team is. I mean, Andreas, what are you expecting in terms of the team lineup? Because like you said, we've come back from Denmark, a tricky trip over there. We've got a reasonably quick turnaround to play Saturday. Everybody else is playing Sunday. So, I mean, Chelsea had an extra day's rest as well because they played on Tuesday, didn't they, in the Champions League? I think they did. So they've had a bit more rest than we have, and an extra day there as well. So it's quite a big turnaround. So are you expecting a lot of changes to the team? And what sort of changes would you make if you were in Jonas's shoes?
Yeah, it depends on what about Jen and her illness. Will she be back in the squad? I think she will be back, but she will be on the bench. And the same I expect from Tobin. I don't think she will start. So changes, yes. I think Lotta will return, and she will be a pair with Leah. I think maybe he gives Anna Patton a chance now. I think she would deserve it. She's so patient on the bench, and when you bring her, she always performs, and she scored a goal. So maybe she will get a chance. And in the attacking line, I think Katie will return. Katie, Beth, and Viv, I think could be the lineup. And in the midfield, Kim will be back in the starting 11, and maybe Mana will get a chance. She hasn't enough minutes in last time, and Leah in the position of defensive midfield, holding midfielder. Yeah, it's difficult, but he must rotate. He must give some players a rest. But I think Kim will be back in starting 11, and Beth too, and maybe Lotta.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting, Mike, because I do think it's getting that balance right, isn't it, between resting players and giving them time off from the team, and also making sure that the team's going to be the right team to win the games. I mean, that's the most important thing, isn't it? And it's difficult, isn't it, to know exactly what the best options are, who to rest, who you can bring in to still keep the same rhythm going in the team and the performances, and still keeping the great run going in the league. So it is a tough one, and I feel a bit sorry for Jonas. I felt sorry for him every week because he's got to leave players out, he's got to put players in, and you know, if it doesn't work out, he's the one that's going to take the stick for it, isn't it, because he's picked the team. So but so far it's working well, the squad's been used well, and everybody's contributing, aren't they? When they've had to come in and play, they've all done well. So I don't have too many concerns with it. It's just a difficult job he's got, isn't it? I mean, Emma, would you make too many more changes to what Andrea said, or have you got different ideas maybe that we should look at for this game?
Well, I suppose the players that came off the bench would be likely in contention to start, the likes of Kim, and I can't remember who else came off the bench, but probably look to, because as I said, keep going back to it, but he's got so many options, and it's a good headache to have as a manager in that regard. So I don't know, maybe he'll look to rest the likes of Jordan and one or two others, and bring in, I don't know who else came off the bench other than Kim. I can't remember now, but he'll look to play those. And
Beth Mead come off the bench, didn't she?
Beth came off. Mana as well. So maybe few changes, but otherwise just keep with what's going right, and hopefully it'll work out again. But I don't see too many, in all honesty, but it remains to be seen.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of games coming up in a short space of time doesn't help, does it? Imperative Views in the chat there says North London derby. Yeah, indeed, we do love a good North London derby, but especially when we win them, of course. That's the only time we love them, when we win. But obviously, the women have got a great record against Tottenham anyway, so we don't need to be too concerned generally. But I do think it's a slightly better Tottenham team now than maybe they've had previously. So it's going to be a big test. I mean, Andreas, what would your score prediction be for this game? Obviously, it's a big game. We will start favourites, but a difficult game. What are you thinking for a score?
Score prediction this time, I say 3-1 for us. And I know we had kept clean sheets in 5 WSL matches, but it won't be so easy. We conceded a goal in the FA Cup against Tottenham, so maybe they will score again, but we should score 3 times, I hope. And with a 3-1, take the 3 points, it would be okay. I could live with it.
No, I think we could all live with a nice 3-1 victory on Saturday, definitely. I mean, I'll be happy with I'll say to Rick, I'll be happy with a 1-0 just to get the win. And like you said earlier, put that pressure on Chelsea, the 6-point gap, and even if they were to get a draw at Man City, that would give us a massive boost, wouldn't it? Again, so
yes.
I mean, it is a massive game that we have to win to put the pressure on. I mean, what are you thinking, Amar? What would your score prediction be? Do you think it's going to be a little bit more comfortable, or do you expect it to be like a little bit closer than maybe it has been in recent games against them?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be as one-sided as they've been in the past. I mean, as we know with the FA Cup, they scored early but then they just woke Arsenal up. But I just think the only slight concern I'd have is slow starts. So if we could just start games a little bit quicker, then I think but that's not been the case so far this season. But if we could just maybe start games just a little bit quicker and score early, that maybe just takes us that pressure off. But I mean, this run of clean sheets is just really good to watch, and as I said, it was really good to see. And hopefully, it'll be another one tomorrow. I mean, 6 in a row would be great. So, but I wouldn't take Tottenham for granted. So I'd say possibly 3-1 as well, I think.
Okay, well, that 3-1 sounds a good score to me. I mean, I'd like another clean sheet, actually. We've not conceded a goal away from home yet in the WSL, so it'd be nice to keep that run going as well. But yeah, I do think Tottenham have got a goal in them, definitely, this season. So yeah, I think it could be a tricky game. I mean, 3-1 seems pretty good. I'm going to go 3-0 just because we seem to win 3-0 every other game. So I'm going to go with that again, just because 3-0 seems to be the score at the minute, doesn't it? Quite a lot. So I'll be quite happy with that. I'm sure we all would. Imperative Views there says Caitlin looks far better as a winger than striker. She gets to be dynamic and explosive when deployed as a winger, but she looks a shadow of herself as a striker, in my opinion. What's your opinion? That's quite interesting. I mean, she did play on the wing, obviously on the left, didn't she, the other night, and had a really good game, scored a goal, got an assist, and generally played well. And yeah, she maybe hasn't quite hit the heights playing as a central striker this season. She's only got 2 goals in that position. That was against Tottenham, funny enough, wasn't it? In the FA Cup game, she scored 2. But she hasn't really been looking as much of a goal threat playing through the middle as she did the other night. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that, Andreas, in terms of what will be her best position for Caitlin when she plays?
I agree that she's better as a winger. As a winger, giving assists. This is her match, her strength. And of course, she scored 10 goals last season, but she's not the number 9 striker. So I would prefer her to see her as a winger too. Yes.
Yeah, I maybe would agree with that. What would you say about that, Amar? Would you think that she may be better off there, or do you think she can still do a good job as a central striker?
Well, I wouldn't really seen it that much, but if she plays either side of Beth and Viv or wherever, I think that's probably her best position. That way she can make good runs into the box and also assist at the same time. So it's difficult, really. But I mean, she's comfortable in both areas, I would say. But recently, maybe more so as a winger. So I mean, it's up to the managers to decide where to put her. But again, it's a good headache to have in a way.
It is, and I think maybe as well what we've got to maybe think about is she's probably not going to get as many opportunities as a central striker because of Viv, and you're not going to generally play her ahead of Viv when Viv's fit to play, are you? You're generally going to play Viv there, so her best opportunity to play is probably going to be more in a wider area, isn't it? To get more game time than playing through the middle, probably. And maybe that's why maybe when she's played through the middle, when she has replaced Viv, she's maybe feeling under pressure. She's got to score to keep her place in the team. And maybe she's put herself under a little bit too much pressure, maybe. Whereas the other night, she got, obviously Viv was playing as well. She played wide and she played well. And, you know, she did get 10 goals last season from a similar sort of position, didn't she? A lot of them. So yeah, maybe that is her best position. And maybe the problem is that, of course, we've got other players there who are maybe better than her there as well. You know, Toby, obviously, Katie McCabe can play there, and Beth, obviously, Nikita. There's a lot of competition in all the areas, as we've said. So it's tough for her. But yeah, I think maybe she looks better in that position that she played the other night as opposed to directly through the middle. And I'm loving this comment from Nigel there. He says it's going to be 6-0 to Arsenal. That'd be great, wouldn't it? With me running riot and another Katie McCabe to top it all off. Well, that'd be great, wouldn't it? If that happens, Nigel, then that'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? Well, I'm sure we'd all enjoy that. But you know, who knows? We're certainly capable of doing stuff like that. We're certainly capable of winning 6-0. But having said that, I think it's not going to be as easy as it's been in previous years, but we'll see what happens. And Terry's in the chat. How you doing, Terry? Thanks for tuning in. He says, good evening, Richard, Andreas, Amar, and all in the chat. I hope you're doing well, Terry. Thanks for tuning in. Imperative View says there, what would your front three be for tomorrow's game? Personally, I would have Katie, Viv, and Beth. I would start Steph as left back. Go on, Andreas. We'll start with you. What would your front three be tomorrow?
Yeah, this is what I said before. I think that Jonas will put these three in the attacking line. Beth, Viv, and Katie. And I think Tobin will come in the second half. I hope that she gets some minutes again and a rhythm again, because we need her. She really settled good in the first matches, and it would be good to see her back. And then No,
I mean, I personally, I think I actually like Katie McCabe at left back for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, you know, Steph's great there. Don't get me wrong. I just feel that Katie's good there because she gets forward well and she can defend and she's strong. So I would maybe like to see Viv, Beth, and maybe give Keats another game, maybe possibly as those three for tomorrow. Not necessarily. I'm not necessarily saying that's our best front three, because I think Tobin Heath would be in there if she was fully fit. So. But that would maybe be for me for tomorrow. What about you, Amar? What front three would you choose tomorrow?
Yeah, I guess I'd go along with you guys. I mean, Beth and Viv almost undroppable. But again, having started most of those other forwards against Koya in midweek is difficult. But I suppose I'd be leaning towards maybe giving Keats a chance up there or whoever. But I'm really not sure, because it's down to the manager, of course, at the end of the day. But yeah, I suppose you could also play Katie there. So, I mean, let's see. But Viv and Beth almost, as I said, they'll be the first names on the sheet. So, I mean, I'd probably just say Keats, but it's just difficult. Who knows, really?
And the good thing is, I mean, we've got the option to rotate players anyway. We can bring the substitutes on. I mean, Jonas is always saying, isn't he? I mean, Jonas always says, isn't he? There's one team that starts the game and one team that finishes the game, and they're both important. And if he manages that properly as he has done, then there's no reason why we can't see 3 or 4 different front threes throughout the game, really, and still be successful. And Nigel says there, I need to see Mido, Tobin, and Viv terrorising Spurs defence. Yeah, I mean, we're not sure about the fitness levels of Tobin quite yet. She's been out, hasn't she? So we're not sure. Obviously, that would be great, and I'm sure at some point, if she's on the bench, she'll come on and play a part in that. But yeah, we'll see that. I think that's our strongest front three with everybody fit and firing, isn't it? I think personally, I think we've mentioned this before, but at the moment, I think Tobin's fitness is a little bit of a doubt. So
yes,
probably won't start. And if she's not going to start, then I personally would maybe for this game stick Keats up there and put Katie McCabe at left back. Just maybe I just like her there, really. That's just my personal preference. But it's down to Jonas. He picks the team, so he's not done a bad job so far. So we'll maybe leave it to him to decide what our best front three is for tomorrow. But I think we all would say Viv and Beth definitely, and any one of the other 3 or 4 that can play there won't make any difference to me. Any of them can play there, and it'll be great. So as long as those two are in the starting team, that's the main thing. And hopefully we'll get the win, and it'll be happy days. And we can get another one over the old enemy, as we like to do, as we've done several times in recent years, which is great. And of course, that's not the only game this week, is it? We do have to face the same Danish opposition again at home this time, in another important game, a big game actually, because a win on Wednesday night could be really important in terms of the group. So yeah, another. I mean, I think we're going to see a different game at Boreham Wood than we saw on Wednesday. I think the pitch obviously is going to be massively more in our favour.
Yes.
The fact that we're at home and all kinds of things. I'm not expecting it to be as difficult a game as that was for a long time at the beginning. But if we play anywhere near as well as we did last Wednesday, this Wednesday coming up, then it should end up being quite a comfortable victory. I mean, Andreas, what are you expecting from Wednesday night's game in the Champions League? We have to win first and foremost, don't we? That's the main thing.
Yeah, I think we'll see the Danish team more defensive playing than they already did at home. So it needs a goal to break it, and then all the rest will come. But the good thing that we won there and we scored 5 goals is that there's still a little pressure on Barcelona. They know they must win their matches, and that's good for us. I hope that Barcelona will win again in Hoffenheim. So we could get to 9 points and Hoffenheim still 3. So this would give us the chance to qualify with the draw against Barcelona. And it's important to win. Normally we should win. We are playing at home. If nothing serious happens on Saturday against Tottenham with injuries, then Jonas has the chance to rotate. He has the chance to react at halftime. This is also the strong bench we have gives him the chance to react, to change the system. And so I think we will win against Koge, and my prediction is, I say 3-0. It won't be a higher result because everybody will be satisfied if we are in the lead, and then they will go a little bit down and say it's enough. Let's take the 3 points. And on the other match, as I said, it's important that Barcelona wins. Then it looks very good for qualification.
Yeah, no, it does, exactly. I mean, we were sort of saying before these 2 games that we played against Koge, of course, that we knew that Hoffenheim were playing Barcelona twice, and a great opportunity for us to get 6 points, and it would give us a 6-point advantage over Hoffenheim with 2 games to play. So, yeah, I mean, what a great position we'd be in. Obviously, we need Barcelona to win in Hoffenheim, which won't be easy because Hoffenheim are a decent team. We've seen they're good. They played well against us, didn't they, for a while? I know we got the upper hand in the end, but I certainly don't think that'll be easy for Barcelona. But let's hope they can do us a favour and we get our job done. I mean, Emma, what are your kind of thoughts out of the second game against Koge? I mean, obviously, Andreas is expecting 3-0. Do you think it's going to be that sort of a game, or do you think we may go on a bit of a goal spree and score a few more?
Well, the way we've been playing this season, we're more than capable of going on a goal spree. But I expect them to set up to be a bit more defensive, though. And as I said, being on a proper, not on a natural surface rather than an artificial one, and gives us the chance to maybe be a bit more fluid in the play, which maybe at times was a little bit lacking, especially when we took our foot off the gas, having gone 3-0 up on Wednesday. So, I expect us to be a bit more free-flowing, or maybe bang a few goals in, and we'll just have to be patient. Just maybe cut out 1 or 2 little errors and moments of indecision. But apart from that, I don't see us why we can't bang a few in. So maybe if they're feeling in the mood, why not put 4 or 5 past them? So, I mean, let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the pitch over there didn't help our kind of passing. No. And I think at home, our passing is going to be a lot crisper, a lot quicker. And I think as a result of that, we can pull them about and open them up a lot more easily. I mean, in the end, we opened them up fairly easily in the game last week because we scored 5 and their goalie made probably 7, 8 good saves. So there's no reason for me why we can't score 10 against them actually at home. No, I seriously, I don't think there's any reason why we can't.
I'm just saying, 10,
we scored 5 there on that difficult pitch, and we could have scored a lot more. And if their goalie doesn't play quite as well, I think we've got a chance to score a lot of goals. I'm not saying that we will win 10-0, by the way. I just think there's an opportunity we could score 10 goals or quite a lot of goals. But I mean, I'll be totally happy just with the 3-0, as Andreas has said. That'll do me fine. We win the game, get the 3 points, and hope that Barcelona have won as well. And then we're in a great position, aren't we? So, but I just think it's an opportunity. I think we'll rotate the squad. I think we maybe make a few more changes, maybe give some more younger players maybe an opportunity on Wednesday, and that may well affect what the final score is. But you'd imagine we'd win fairly comfortably, looking at how we played the other night. I think our passing will be a lot quicker and a lot more accurate on our pitch, and I'm sure we'll create even more chances than we did the other night, and hopefully take a few more if their goalie's not quite as sharp. So, but we'll see. We've got a couple of comments in the chat. The Imperative Views there says, can we give Noelia flowers? She's been operating at a different level lately. Her crossing and link-up play seems to have gone up a notch. I agree. I think she's been brilliant, actually. I think getting forward, she's been fantastic down that right-hand side. Some fantastic crosses into the box as well. And she's been really consistent this season, actually. I think we made a comment at the start of the season. We was a little bit maybe worried about the right-back position was maybe a slight area of concern. But she stepped up and she's done a really good job. I mean, what have been your thoughts, Andreas? I mean, I know we spoke about her before recently. She's been playing well, hasn't she?
Yeah, she plays a really solid season so far. Very constantly on right back, and she just does what is expected from her role. She's not the outstanding performer. I think she never was a player of the match. As long as she's Arsenal, but she's so experienced through her years in Wolfsburg, where she won everything. She won the league title, the DFB Pokal, the Champions League, and she really plays solid and constant in this season. So in a very good form currently. So I'm satisfied with her performance.
Yeah, no, I think she is playing pretty well actually this season. So I think she's getting better and better. Certainly in an attacking sense, she's getting forward really well. And I think her deliveries into the box have been good. And I agree with what Imperative View said. Her link-up play is really good as well down that right-hand side. She gets the ball a lot from Leah Williamson, doesn't she? She pings it out to that wing, and she gets the ball a lot from her, and then drives forward and either crosses it or maybe plays it into if Nikita's there or whoever's playing on the right, Beth or whoever it is. So I think that's working really well, and she's playing well. And fair play to her, because that was maybe one area we were a little bit concerned about. I mean, have you been impressed with Ramar as well this season? With Noel, she's been playing well, hasn't she?
Yeah, especially when I was in the game against Brighton recently, which I went to watch. I saw her link-up play, especially with Keats down the right-hand side. It gives us that extra option going forward. Whether or not that will happen week in, week out, it remains to be seen. But no, give her credit where it's due. I think she's really taken to that well. And I don't know whether it's maybe a bit too much of a comparison to compare them with some of the fullbacks we see in the Premier League. But I feel in a sense of it, part of me says that like McCabe and Marriott remind you a little bit of the way that Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson play Liverpool, to give them their praise. So in a way, I wouldn't say maybe that's slightly going a bit far-fetched, but you can see they're just playing with that confidence right now, and it enables them. Sorry, it just enables them to do what they do best.
No, I agree. I think it's a good comparison when you look at the women's game to the men's game. I think using those two in the way that they play for the team, they're very similar, aren't they? They get forward well, they're dangerous, they get crosses into the box. I mean, I think actually, it's similar, isn't it? Because Katie McCabe does score a few goals, whereas Noel doesn't. Whereas you've got Andy Robertson, hardly ever scores for Liverpool, does he? Whereas Trent obviously pops up.
He does. Yeah,
it's maybe similar in that sense, where one of them maybe scores goals, and the other one doesn't very often. Nigel says there, Leon looked fantastic against Bayern. I mean, we can speak to Andreas about that one. They have some superb athletes all over the pitch. Not sure we should have sold DVD to them, as they are stern competition in Europe. Well, he's got a point there. I mean, did you watch that game? You did, didn't you, Andreas? You watched the Bayern game, did you?
I watched it, yes.
Came back from 1-0 behind to win 2-1, didn't they?
Lyon won 1-2-1.
Yes.
Second goal in the 86th minute, but it was well deserved. Bayern had a lucky punch for the first goal, and they were ahead 1-0 at halftime. But Lyon was the better team, the stronger team, and they came out of at halftime, and they scored the goal that wasn't given because of referee said it was a foul before, but this was in 50th minute, I think, and then they scored the equalizer, and it was well deserved. They were the better team, and next week they are playing in Munich, and I'll be there in the Bayern campus. I think DVD was one of the most impressive players in the first half. She was good, as we know her from Arsenal. And Ada Hegerberg was back. She came in the second half. I think you all remember her name. She was the best striker in Europe until she had this
ACL injury, I think it was. Yeah.
A lot of operations and surgeries after this. So you could see what she's able to do. And Lyon will be a title competitor in Champions League, I'm sure. It was an impressive performance.
Yes. No, I didn't see the game, but obviously I saw the result, and we know they've always been a great team. I mean, I know Nigel mentioned there about selling DVD. But let's be fair, the players that we brought in haven't done too badly, have they? So I guess if we do have to play against Lyon in a competition later on, we'll see exactly what a mistake or not that was. But anyway, I'm quite happy with the players that we've got. Yeah, we all miss her because she was brilliant, but we've got a good team as well now, haven't we? We've got some great players coming to replace her. So, we don't worry too much about the players that we've lost. Let's worry about the players that we've got who are doing really well. And let's see if we do play Lyon later on. You never know. If we beat them, maybe DVD will regret that she doesn't play for Arsenal anymore, maybe, So there you go.
Sorry, quick question. Am I right in thinking that if we finish runners-up in our group, we'll play a group winner in the quarterfinal?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's how it works. I thought so. Yeah, I just wasn't sure because of this new format. That's why.
Yeah, so obviously the advantage is to win your group, so you get a runner-up. It doesn't always work out, does it? Because sometimes some teams finish runners-up that may have been the strongest team on paper in the group. You just never know, do you? And obviously, if we finish second in our group, then we're a very good team. So you know what I mean? And we'll have to face a group winner. They might be disappointed to have to play us if we come second in the group. So, it's got its swings and roundabouts. It could be potentially a more difficult game, but we'll have to wait. At this moment in time, I don't fear anybody over two legs. I think at home we can beat anyone in Europe, actually, even Barcelona, as we'll see maybe more so in a few weeks' time. But I don't feel worried about playing them. It'll be a tough game, of course. But we beat Chelsea, and let's face it, Chelsea are as good as anyone. And we beat them, so who knows? Terry had a comment. I did put it up briefly. Where's it gone now? It's there. He says, "I don't know about you. Think the same as me, but I just feel confident in Arsenal women. Yeah. I just can't see them losing in the league. Yeah, I mean, obviously we've still got some difficult games. We've got Man City away. They'll have their players back. We've got Chelsea away. We know how good they are.
Manchester United.
We've got to play them twice. Yeah, difficult. Tottenham obviously tomorrow. They've had a good start. So." Yeah, I think we've got a lot of difficult games to come, and I hope we can go through the whole season unbeaten. That'd be brilliant. But at this moment in time, I agree. I'm feeling confident at the moment. But you look at the teams that we're playing, I maybe wouldn't feel quite so confident if we were playing Chelsea away. I won't feel so confident going into that game at this moment in time. But you can only beat what's in front of you at the minute. Yeah, it's brilliant. I'm enjoying watching it. Imperative Views there says, does George start for you guys tomorrow? That's a tough one, actually, isn't it? Because, again, options. I mean, you didn't mention her, Andreas, in your team. You wouldn't necessarily play her tomorrow.
I think Mana will get a chance tomorrow. I would give Jordan a rest. She played well in the last matches, but it's difficult because she came from the injury and don't play her too much. We need her. We need her ideas in the midfield, and she's this one pass without looking player. So sometimes, sometimes you can't follow so quickly as she does in her mind. So it's just a touch and a pass, and we need her. We don't want her being injured again. So. Exactly. I would rest her and bring Mana. And in case of need, she can come from the bench.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the sense in that, definitely. I mean, I actually thought she had a brilliant game on Wednesday, actually. I thought she was fantastic. She got a goal at the end and she deserved that goal.
Yeah.
I thought she was brilliant. And that shot that hit the bar for Caitlin's goal as well was fantastic as well, wasn't it? I thought she had a brilliant game, actually. And it'd be difficult to leave her out of the team after that. But yeah, maybe she can't play too many games one after the other, perhaps risking injury. I mean, would you play her tomorrow then, Emma? Or would you rest her perhaps as well? Or would you give her a start again? Because she played well.
She has been playing quite a lot recently. I know she came off the bench against West Ham, but yeah, I think I think I would be in the same camp. I'd probably rest her, and maybe it gives us the beauty is that if even if she doesn't start and there's still half an hour left and we're maybe struggling to kill off the game, we've got an ideal player in her to bring her on and change the game and then bring it back in our favour. So I mean, the Stockton Iniesta, as I like to call her, is a good option to have off the bench.
No, exactly. You know, we've got a lot of players who can come off the bench and win a game for us. And I just feel maybe, I don't know, I would maybe be tempted to start her tomorrow and rest her on Wednesday, perhaps, because I feel she played well the other night and maybe she needs a little bit of momentum as well. And I don't know, if she's feeling fine and fit, I would maybe play her tomorrow. And then I say maybe rest her Wednesday against Koge, but we'll see what Jonas's plans are for her. And Nigel says they're supporting the current Arsenal women. It's how I imagine it to be a Bayern or PSG fan. They are getting results with ruthless efficiency. Well, they certainly are, and it's great. And Terry agrees there. He says Nigel hit that nail on the head. Imperative User says none of us wanted DVD to leave, but she wanted a new challenge. Indeed, I'm really happy to see her thriving, but I'm happy with the squad. Exactly. I totally agree. Yeah, I'm pleased for her that she's doing well and enjoying her football. But yeah, I'm more than happy with the squad that we've got. We've replaced her with some good players, and yeah, we miss her of course, and we will. But it's great that I'm more than happy with what we've brought in, and now we're going without her. So yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? So it's good luck to her, but. We're doing okay. And Russ in the chat as well. He says, good evening, everyone. Yeah, good evening, Russ. Thanks for tuning in, mate. I hope you are well. We've had a few more comments coming as well there. Saying hello to Russ and having done a little conversation there. Get a room used to, actually. There you go. Good to see them two getting yeah, that's nice.
Oh, yeah, it's good point.
And Nigel says, has anyone seen the Arsene Wenger film? I haven't yet, but obviously it's on my list it's on my to-do list. I'm sure we'll all be watching it. You're going to be watching that, Andreas? I'm sure it's going to be great, isn't it?
I don't know whether it's shown in German TV. Is it shown on the Arsenal?
It was out in the pictures, actually. It was yesterday. But it's going to be on Amazon Prime, I believe, as well.
Amazon Prime, Sky, it's on a few, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Obviously, I don't know whether you actually be able to watch it in Germany, but I'm guessing there'll be a way of getting hold of it. So I'm sure it'll be out on DVD for Christmas, won't it? I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
So I'm sure there'll be a way of getting it. I mean, it's going to be great, though, isn't it? I'm sure we're all looking forward to watching it. I mean, are you going to watch it now then, Amar? Then obviously, because I think it's on Amazon Prime, isn't it? Or it's going to be coming out soon.
I think I can either buy it off the Sky Store or download it off Amazon Prime, whichever's a better option. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. From what I've heard, it's had really decent reviews and it will be well worth the watch. So I think there's only like 2 cinemas showing it in London or something, and only for a limited time as well. So probably the best option will be to watch it on the TV or download it or somewhere. But no, yeah, I've been looking forward to that for a while now, so it should be good.
No, I have as well. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. I've heard some good reviews, people that have seen it already and said it's how great it is. It's quite emotional as well, which I'm sure it will be. And yeah, it's going to be a great watch, I'm sure. And I'll be watching that at the earliest opportunity I can. Probably will be maybe using Amazon Prime. Imperative User said, who's been your player of the season so far? Big up, Beth, but Kimmy is undoubtedly the pick for me. She always scores the decisive goals. There's always an 8 or 9 every week. Well, yeah, I mean, you can't really argue too much with that. I mean, Beth and Kim have probably been the best of the my personal player of the season, and maybe that's more for personal reasons, would be Leah Williamson, actually. I think she's amazing. But, Beth has been, we've already spoke, Beth and Kim have gone up a level. A few players have gone up a level, but I really, really do think that for me, Leah Williamson has just been fantastic in every single game. For England as well, and I'd probably give it to her, given if I had to give it to somebody. But there's 4 or 5 choices, isn't there? I mean, Andreas, who would you say so far player of the season? It's a good choice to have because there's so many to pick from, isn't there?
Yeah, it's difficult to pick one, and I think for me it's between Beth and Kim, and it's really difficult to say because Beth is outstanding and always a threat with every run she makes. But all in all, I would go for Kim, because I have not expected that she would make another step. And when she decided to end her international career with Scotland, I said, yeah, is she slowly trying to retire? But no, she's the best Kim I've ever seen. So far this season, I would go with Kimmy.
Yeah, and no one could argue with that, to be fair. She's been fantastic. And I'll say there's been a few. I mean, Amo, who would you pick if you had to pick one? It's difficult just to pick one, isn't it? But you're going to have to pick one now.
I'll throw a bit of a curveball. I mean, Beth and Kim are a bit of the obvious choices. Leah as well has been outstanding. But I'd give a shout out to Kate McCabe as well. She's just redefined that role as left back, scoring goals, adding to her incredible number of assists. And, I mean, she just gets better and better. So, yeah, I'd give a big shout out to Kate McCabe in that regard.
No, I mean, that's a good shout as well. She's been brilliant. She was brilliant last season as well, I thought. And, she's improved. Another player that stepped up and even to an even bigger level than maybe before. And Imperative Users says Leah has been immense as well. Yeah, I just think I've just enjoyed watching the way she's played this season, actually.
She's been amazing, as well.
Yeah, and she's adding goals as well. The way she attacks the corners and gets the headers in and stuff like that, it's been brilliant. And, her passing is just unbelievable, from bringing the ball out of defence, and her long passing and her short passing is just fantastic. So, I'm waiting for her to hit one from 30 yards as a top corner still. I'm sure that will come pretty soon, the way she's playing. She's had a couple of, looks like she gets to, sometimes she runs forward the ball, gets to about 25, 30 yards out, and if she's going to hit it, and then she'll play a pass down the sides or something instead. But I'm sure one day she'll fly one in the top corner. It'll be great. Hopefully in the cup final, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Because she scored against Chelsea in the cup final last time.
Yeah, that would be some way. By the way, I got my tickets.
30 yards at Wembley, yeah, that'd be brilliant.
I got my tickets in the Arsenal end, so I'm looking forward to that.
What block are you in?
112, I think.
I'm in 109. 109, yeah.
Maybe we could meet. Let's see. I mean, we could maybe discuss a few things. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, no, we'll have to meet up, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. We'll actually have that. That'd be great. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, it's 108. We're in block 108, which is by the corner. It's the Arsenal end, but it's by the corner flag in the corner there, so it's going to be good.
I'm taking my dad to watch women's football for the first time as well, so hoping he's enjoying it as well. So it'll be good.
No, I'm sure he will. I mean, what's not to love about it? Let's be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Arsenal versus Chelsea in the cup final. If you don't like that, then you've got no chance of liking anything again, have you?
No, exactly.
Nigel says Mido has been displaying pure Yoga Bonita all season. Well, he's certainly been up there. And Imperative View says Manu as well. Yeah, we've got to give her a shout out without a shadow of a doubt. And Nigel says, vlog the meetup. No, I mean, I'm going to be doing a vlog anyway, but a whole weekend. I mean, I'm going down to London. We're staying overnight twice, and we're going on Saturday, coming back Monday. So we're making a weekend of it. So I'm going to be doing lots of vlogging. And, obviously, we'll get Amar in the vlog as well, I'm sure. He can,
exactly.
Give us his thoughts on the game from Wembley. That'll be great. So, we'll do all that as well. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great weekend, actually. Looking forward to that.
No, it will be.
So let's just hope Arsenal, play as well as we have been doing. And, Chelsea may be a little bit too tense because they will want to be so desperate to win, won't they? Emma's going to be so desperate to beat us that hopefully that tension gets to the players and we can be a bit more relaxed and beat them, which would be great. But we'll have to see a difficult game. And Terry says, obviously, what we were talking about before, he says, jealousy will get you free nowhere. But no, we're not jealous at all.
No.
But no, so I've been fantastic. I mean, another brilliant week for the Arsenal women and another brilliant Arsenal women's show as well. I enjoy doing these every week, chatting to you guys. It's brilliant as well, and all you guys in the chat as well. Yeah, always adds to it as well, and it's great to get all your thoughts as well on it all. And hopefully we can enjoy another good week. Obviously, the North London derby, always a big occasion which we love, and that's going to be great. I will be covering that game tomorrow. Quarter past one, I'll be going live. It's 1:30 kickoff, so we'll get the team news and all that kind of stuff build up to the game. So if you're around tomorrow for that, please join me. That's going to be good. And then, of course, there's no the men aren't playing this week. Of course, it is international break, so we'll be back maybe later in the week to look ahead to the Liverpool game next weekend, and of course another Arsenal women's show, a live watch on Wednesday as well, of course, of the Koge game as well, where hopefully we will score 10 goals, which would be nice. It will keep me busy for a couple of hours cheering on all the goals, which will be nice. And Imperative View says they're the best Arsenal women's show.
Thanks, Imperative View.
No, thank you very much. That's nice to hear. I think there's a few channels that maybe cover the Arsenal women, but I think we do it best. We've got the best panel, clearly. There's no doubt about that.
Yes, we do.
We've definitely got the best panel, and it's great that you guys are liking the show as well. Terry says, I'd like to see Paris start. This could be the start of a 30-goal season. Now, well, if she plays against Koge midweek, she could score 5 or 6 against them, couldn't she, on her own? So, there you go. Yeah. But we'll see what happens. But, yeah, let's just beat Tottenham tomorrow first. We'll worry about Koge on Wednesday when we beat Tottenham first. Nigel says, great show, chat. So thanks again, Nigel, for tuning in. Always a regular on the show, as always. Thanks for your support. That's another great show done. Andreas, thank you very much again. Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah. Thank you for having me. And looking forward for the week. Three important matches for the Albion women: the North London derby and Manchester Chelsea. It's important for us too.
Yes, it is.
It could be a fantastic situation at the end of the weekend for us in the table. So, and then on Wednesday, make a big step for the qualification for the next round. So.
No, it's a massive week, and there isn't many games you look at for Chelsea to lose, is there? There's not many you can look at and think, well, Chelsea might lose that game, but this is one. I know they won in the FA Cup, as I said, but Man City away is a tough game for anybody, and if they're going to drop points, this is an opportunity for them to drop points. Let's hope, and we do our job. Man City can do us a favour for a change, and who knows? Maybe we could have a 6-point lead, maybe in the WSL at the end of this weekend, and a 6-point advantage over Hoffenheim in the Champions League by Wednesday night as well. Let's hope so. It could be a big week, but there's a lot of work for us to do as well, and other teams have to help us out. But I'll say thanks for coming on again, Andreas. Fantastic, and Amar as well. Great to have you back on the show. Enjoyed it.
Great to be part of the panel as usual every week. Good to talk about a team that's doing well, and hopefully long may it continue.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we all want, and let's enjoy it while we can, which we are at the moment, which is brilliant, and I'm sure we'll continue to enjoy. Obviously, Matt wasn't able to be on the show again tonight, but I'm sure he'll be back maybe next week or very, very soon. And Harry as well. I know he's very busy on a Friday. He did give us a great appearance last week, and hopefully he'll be back again very soon as well. But the most important thing is you guys watching as well. Thanks for your support of the show. It's been proving to be pretty popular, which is great. And we're all enjoying doing it, and it seems like a lot of you are enjoying watching it, which is nice as well. So please stay tuned for this show every week on a Friday. Terry says, great show, Richard. Thanks to Amar and Andreas. Stay safe. See you tomorrow. Come on, you women Gunagunas, I'm assuming that means, which is great. And nice way to put it. The show tomorrow is going to be good. I'll go live about 1:15 with a bit of build up, and then of course the full watch along from 1:30. It's going to be a big game, a good game, I'm sure. A little bit tense at the beginning while it's 0-0. We'll all be a little bit nervy, I'm sure, until the goals go in, and then we can relax and enjoy it. And Terry says, a goodbye to all in the chat. Yeah, you and Russ can go away and do what you want now. And we'll see you tomorrow. But no, so thanks to all you guys. I say in the chat, everybody for watching. I say thanks as always to Andreas. Fantastic to have you back on, and of course Amar as well. Thanks to you guys. I say thanks to everyone for watching. And Imperative View says, always I look forward to. No, thank you very much. Yeah, we look forward to it as well. We look forward to doing it and every week, and we're really enjoying it. I'm glad that you're enjoying it as well, and others as well, which is nice. So yeah, thanks for your support. And I say if you're around for the watch along tomorrow, join me for that. That'd be really good. And of course, the Arsenal Women's Show again next. There's a watch along on Wednesday as well at the Koge game. I'm glad it's a later kickoff because I struggled to make that early kickoff this week.
I agree. 5:45.
A terrible time to kick off. So if you're watching, the people that run the Champions League, do not kick off games at 5:45 because it's no good. Kick them all off at 8 o'clock is perfect. 8 o'clock's great. That's brilliant. It gives us all lots of time. But 5:45 is a struggle. So don't play us at 5:45 again if you can. That'd be nice. And obviously, and I think all our last 3 games are all at 8 o'clock, aren't they? From what I'm pretty sure they are.
Are they? Oh, okay.
I think so. I'm pretty sure they are. I hope so anyway, because I know the Barcelona one is, and I know this one on Wednesday is. So hopefully the Hoffenheim one is as well. But don't kick off that time again because that was a struggle. We got there, we did it, but 8 o'clock's better for me. So hopefully this week we should be fine. Got plenty of time. And Terry says England's winning 5-0 at half time.
Are
It's
they?
not surprising, is it? Are they playing San Marino or someone?
No, it's Albania. That's a bit of a surprise.
Oh, is it Albania? Is it? Oh, yeah, maybe
Yeah.
somebody pretty average. Hopefully, is it Smith Rowe played? Does anybody know? Did he start?
Oh, I don't know. Good question. I'm not actually sure. Maybe I don't know about Saka either, but
I've got to be honest, I'm generally not interested in international football very often. But if Saka and Smith Rowe are playing,
that's fair enough.
Yeah, if Saka and Smith Rowe are in the team, I'd be more interested in watching it. I might watch the second half than if they're playing. But anyway,
yeah, I might just catch the highlights as well.
But it is 5-0, so yeah, England are doing pretty well there. No doubt, it'll be a comfortable win. But yeah, I might watch that later. But anyway, this is about the Arsenal win. That's more important, and the game tomorrow is much more important than North London derby. So we'll all be in tuning in for that, I'm sure. So yeah, so thanks to Andreas, thanks to Amar, and obviously thanks for you guys for watching. And I will see you all, of course, tomorrow. And Nigel says the Arsenal contingent are all on the bench, and Terry says no here. So we're not really surprised, are we? Because Gareth Southgate doesn't really like Arsenal players, so I'm not surprised. So they come on in the second half and score 5 goals each, and then show that they should have started maybe. But anyway, we'll maybe do a show about international football one day. It does me head in, but anyway. So yeah, but I say thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to Andreas and Emma. I will see you tomorrow for the watch along. Next Friday again for the women's show. Loads of other stuff during the week. Please subscribe. We're very close to 700 actually, and we were 5 away before the start of this show. So if you haven't subscribed, please help me get to 700. Certainly by the end of this weekend is what we want. That would be great. So thanks for your support. Thanks to everybody for watching, and we will see you tomorrow. And in the meantime, of course, as always, come on, you Gunners, come on, let's beat Tottenham tomorrow. North London is red as always.
Oh, let's hope so.
It will be. Come on.
Yeah. I've no doubt.
Of course, it will.